All right, good morning, AP Stats. This is just going to be a quick little video to finish up section 4.1. I just need to show you a random number table in your book and just to recap all the different ways to random sample, specifically if we want to think about an SRS. So we talked about the hat method already. Just be clear, include things that seem obvious. So make sure that you talk about identical paper. Make sure you talk about mixing them up, selecting them one at a time until the numbers have been chosen, and then make it clear that those individuals are your sample. So these are things that people tend to leave out of their descriptions just because they're assuming that it's obvious, and it's not necessarily obvious to everyone. So just be careful in your descriptions. The second method we had was our random number generator. Make sure that you skip repeats. So if you press enter, 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 and you get two of the same number, you have to just keep going, pressing enter. We can't have repeated people in our sample. So if you've forgotten, here's the instructions menu 542, and then you would have to type in, like let's say it was the numbers 1 through 30, you'd have to do 1 comma 30, and then you would press enter as many times as you need to get your sample. Okay, the next way is a random number table. And this random number table is in the back of your book. That's what Bob stands for, the back of your book. So in the homework, it's going to ask you to go to table whatever. I can't remember what the letter is. Table A or table D, something like that. It's in the back of the book. The main thing you need to know is that each person has to have the same number of digits. So if there's 28 people, then we have to start numbering everybody as a 2-digit number. So your very first person would have to be 0, 1. If we had 101 people, that's 3 digits. We have to start by labeling everybody with 3 digits. So your first person would have to be 0, 0, 1. If you only had 9 people, then you could just do 1, 2, 3. But if you have 2 digits, everybody has to be 2 digits. If you have 3 digits, everybody has to be 3 digits. That's really important. You're going to skip numbers that are not assigned. So there's going to be more numbers in the table than what you have. So if we only have 28 people, if you see the number 29, you would skip it. If you see the number 32, you would skip it because we only have through 28. And you're also going to skip repeats. So I think it's best if we just do an example. So this is what the random number table is going to look like in the back of your book. This is just an excerpt from it. This is not the whole thing. Also, the back of the book is not going to have this vertical line. I just put it there to show you that these numbers right here are the line number. So they might tell you to read from line 110. So if they tell you to read from line 110, you're going to start reading here with 38448. The only reason that there's spaces is just because people's brains, it's easier to process like 5 numbers at a time. Okay, so here's our first example. Mark, Tom, Stephen, Paul, Ellen, Carrie, and Janelle all work together. We need 4 of them to stay late tonight to help with inventory and want to select them using an SRS. Use a table of random digits starting in line 110 to select which 4 will stay late. So I have 7 people. I assigned them a number, 1 through 7. Because the last person is a single digit, I can start the first person at 1. So now what we're going to do is start on line 110. The first number is a 3. That corresponds to Stephen. He gets to stay late. The next number is an 8. We don't have anybody that's an 8, so we're going to skip it. The next person's a 4, so Paul gets to stay late. The next one's also a 4, but that's a repeat, so we skip it. The next one's an 8. Again, we don't have anybody numbered 8. The next one's a 4. We've already chosen Paul. Skip it. The next number's an 8. We don't have an 8. The next number is 7. Janelle gets to stay late. How many people? 4. So we need one more. 8. Nobody was numbered 8. 9. Nobody was numbered 9. 1. That's Mark. Okay, so it looks like Mark, Stephen, Paul, and Janelle. You like the spellings of these? Okay. So now we're going to do just another example. We want to sample 3 nearby stores from a list of 12 that offer shopping carts to see which stores have carts available at a given time of day. Use your table of random digits starting at row 108 to select 3 stores. So row 108 will be this one right here. The reason that they want you to start at a certain row is so that you can check your answers to see if you're doing it right. Technically, if you were using a random number table, you could start at any row. Like if you were doing an experiment on your own and if you were ever going to use this table, you could start at any row. But the book is selecting a row so that you can compare your answers to theirs to see if you're using the table correctly. Okay, so we've got 12 stores. 12 is a 2-digit number. So we're going to have to start with making them all 2 digits. So we're going to have to start like this all the way up to 12. So let's assign some numbers. I'll give Target 01, Whole Foods 02, Costco 03, Walmart 04, Best Buy 05, Home Depot 06, Cubs 07, Byerly 08, Menards 09, Rainbow 10, Sam's Club 11, and Kohl's 12. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go every 2 digits. So our first number is a 60, but nobody is numbered 60, so we ignore it. 94 would be next. No one is 94. This would be 07. We do have someone 07. That's Cub. The next number is 20, but we don't have any numbered 20. We don't have any number 24s. We don't have any 17s. We don't have any 86s or 82s or 49s or 43s or 61s or 79s. Here's the next one, 09. We do have that. That's Menards. The next number is 06. We do have that. That was Home Depot. And that's our sample, right? We want to sample 3 of them. So we're done. Let's say you did not get enough in your sample and you ran all the way to the end of the line. Then you would just, if you needed to, you would just come and continue and then start at the beginning of this line. So just kind of read it left to right, top to bottom. Okay. This one I think is one of your homework problems. And in your book, you do not have the numbers in blue here. Excuse me. If you were to number them going horizontally, you would get different answers than if you number them going vertically. So the way that the back of the book numbered them is to go vertically. So just make a note that 01 is Anderson, 02 is Arroyo. So you're going alphabetically, vertically down when you're numbering. Oh, it is called Table D, by the way. Again, that's in the back of your book. You should be able to also find it on the online book. I think you could search Table D, or there might be a tab that says tables or something like that. Or just grab a book from the library or from my room and use that. I think that's it for today. The homework then is homework number 3. And it's primarily using the random number table, your random number generator in your calculator, or the hat method. Okay, have a nice weekend. On Monday, we will go over all the homework. Okay, bye.